Why all news is fake news. Gossip versus news. In today's chaotic world, news has become intertwined with manipulation, bias, and sensationalism. But let's take a moment to consider the origins of news, a concept more complex than we realize. Going back through history, we discover that news, as we know it, is a recent addition. Our ancestors relied on gossip, a timeless art of peer-to-peer communication that shaped their understanding of the world. In this exploration, we delve into the contrast between gossip and news, challenging our understanding of reliable information. Gossip was our past, and increasingly it seems as if gossip will become our future. The era of gossip. During ancient times, gossip served as the lifeblood of communication within communities. People relied on face-to-face interactions and storytelling to exchange information. Gossip was not merely idle chatter, it played a crucial role in shaping societies and reinforcing social bonds. Gossip was a natural extension of human curiosity and social dynamics. It allowed individuals to share news, stories, and rumors, providing insights into the happenings within their community and beyond. This mode of information sharing was deeply ingrained in human culture, serving as a valuable source of knowledge and entertainment. One of the key strengths of gossip was its relatability. When news was conveyed through personal anecdotes and experiences, it became more engaging and meaningful to the listeners. People could connect with the emotions, perspectives, and opinions shared through gossip. Gossip ensured accuracy and reliability as individuals verified and shared news. It acted as social control, influencing behavior and reputations. However, gossip had limitations, with restricted reach and localized narratives. It reflected a time when news relied on human connections, accountability, and relatability. Understanding gossip's role sheds light on the evolution of information sharing. The rise of printed press. The advent of the printing press in the 15th century revolutionized the dissemination of information. With the ability to produce written material in bulk, news started to be published in pamphlets, broadsheets, and eventually newspapers. While this marked a significant shift towards mass communication, the early print media still relied heavily on gossip-like accounts, personal narratives, and subjective perspectives. The birth of official news. With technological advancements in the 20th century, the landscape of news dissemination underwent a significant transformation. The emergence of news outlets, particularly printed magazines and newspapers, marked the birth of official news. These platforms became powerful sources of information, shaping public opinion and influencing societal discourse. Printed magazines and newspapers gained dominance due to their ability to reach a large audience and provide in-depth coverage of various topics. They were regarded as reputable sources of information, offering a sense of authority and legitimacy. The printed format allowed for more detailed reporting, analysis, and commentary on current events, which appealed to readers seeking comprehensive news coverage. The high cost associated with starting a television channel made it a symbol of prestige and authority. Television quickly rose to become the most influential medium for news dissemination. The visual element of television news added a new dimension to storytelling, capturing viewers' attention through live broadcasts, interviews, and footage from around the world. The immediacy and visual impact of televised news enhanced its perceived credibility. However, it is important to note that despite their authority, both printed media and television were subject to biases and editorial decisions. The selection of news stories, framing of narratives, and presentation of information were influenced by the interests and perspectives of the media organizations and their owners. News became a product influenced by various factors, including political affiliations, commercial considerations, and the pursuit of ratings or readership. Additionally, the limited number of media outlets with significant financial resources and infrastructure meant that a small number of powerful groups gained control over the flow of information. This concentration of media ownership led to concerns about media monopolies and the potential for a singular narrative dominating the news landscape. Moreover, the influence of advertisers on news content cannot be overlooked. Advertisements often funded media organizations, creating a potential conflict of interest and compromising journalistic integrity. The need for financial viability sometimes influenced the selection and presentation of news stories, further shaping the information that reached the public. The birth of official news brought about a new era of mass communication, providing a centralized source of information for the public. However, it also introduced challenges related to biases, ownership control, and potential commercial pressures. The authority associated with these news platforms often masked the underlying complexities and subjective nature of news production. As the digital age dawned, the rise of the internet and social media disrupted the traditional news landscape, offering new avenues for information dissemination and challenging the dominance of established media outlets. This shift brought both opportunities and new challenges, as the democratization of news allowed for a greater diversity of voices. Journalism had competition from the internet, formalizing the news. Historically, the concept of journalism as we know it today did not exist in the same form. In ancient times, news was primarily transmitted through oral communication, and it often took the form of rumors, gossip, and storytelling. Communities relied on word of mouth or personal accounts to stay informed about events happening around them. This informal exchange of information can be considered as a precursor to modern journalism. Journalism was an attempt to formalize the news. Journalism can be seen as a profession that aims to gather, verify, and disseminate information to the public in a structured and responsible manner. It involves reporting on current events, investigating important issues, and providing analysis and commentary. Indeed, journalism, despite its noble intentions, is not immune to fallibility and bias. While we have traditionally regarded journalism as a bastion of honesty and contrasted it with the perceived dishonesty of gossip, it is important to recognize that journalists and major publications have, at times, betrayed our trust. They have been guilty of misusing their influential platforms, acting as propaganda outlets, and exhibiting biases that compromise their credibility. Journalism is now a dying industry. Journalists and news organizations are no longer trusted. Several factors contribute to public distrust. Some commonly cited reasons for the lack of trust in the media include perceived liberal bias, corporate ownership, profit motives, and concerns about the media's relationship with politicians and the so-called deep state. The quest for control. The rise of digital media and the internet has challenged traditional news gatekeepers, leading to a decentralized and diverse information landscape. To maintain control, established entities often discredit alternative sources by labeling them as conspiracy theories or spreading disinformation. However, this tactic can stigmatize alternative perspectives and discourage critical thinking. Differentiating between deliberate deception and sincere alternative viewpoints is crucial. By dismissing alternative sources, those in power shape public opinion and limit the range of perspectives available. This quest for control hampers the free flow of information and impedes the development of an informed citizenry. It is vital for individuals to critically evaluate information and actively seek out diverse and trustworthy perspectives. Unidirectional news. In the past, news and information were shared among trusted individuals in intimate settings, fostering direct interaction and meaningful conversations. However, the 20th century witnessed a shift towards centralized mass media, where news became one-directional, disseminated by journalists and broadcasters to a broad audience. This transition created a sense of detachment between news providers and the audience. Mass media brought a standardized and detached approach to news consumption, limiting audience engagement and dialogue. However, the internet and social media have revitalized interactive news consumption. Platforms like YouTube and online spaces provide opportunities for direct engagement with news providers. Comment sections, Discussion forums and social media interactions have become modern-day campfires, fostering back and forth exchanges. People can actively participate, ask questions, and share opinions, creating a more personalized and engaged news experience. This interactivity cultivates trust, connection, and deeper understanding. A shift in news consumption restores the interpersonal aspect and empowers individuals to shape the narrative. It bridges the gap between news providers and the audience, fostering inclusivity and participation. The evolution from gossip to controlled news raises questions about authenticity and reliability. Official news outlets brought authority, but also biases. Embracing a decentralized communication model may enhance diversity and counter fake news. As consumers, critical thinking and reliance on multiple sources are crucial for a comprehensive understanding of the world. Gossip, our past and future. Gossip was our past, and increasingly it seems as if gossip will become our future. Gossip, once deeply ingrained in our past as a primary means of communication, is now poised to play an intriguing role in our future. With the advancement of artificial intelligence, the creation of fake news is becoming increasingly prevalent, leaving humans questioning the authenticity of the information they encounter. This uncertainty may prompt a shift in how people seek out news, leading them to prioritize trusted sources once again, potentially moving away from internet-based platforms. However, an alternative outcome may be the resurgence of gossip itself, as individuals rely on first-hand experiences to share news with their immediate circles, setting off a chain reaction of information dissemination from person to person. As AI technology evolves, the creation of convincing fake news becomes more sophisticated. Manipulated images, videos, and even text can be generated, blurring the line between reality and fabrication. This growing ability to produce deceptive content raises doubts about the reliability of the information we encounter online. People may become increasingly skeptical of what they see or read, seeking out trusted news sources that adhere to rigorous journalistic standards and are seen as less susceptible to manipulation. This renewed emphasis on trusted sources could lead individuals to turn away from the vast expanse of internet-based news platforms. Instead, they may gravitate toward established news organizations, where journalistic integrity and accountability are held in higher regard. Seeking out reliable news from recognized sources would provide a sense of reassurance and help combat the spread of misinformation. On the other hand, the proliferation of fake news may also give rise to a revitalization of gossip. With skepticism surrounding online information, people may turn to first-hand experiences as a way to verify news before sharing it. Witnessing an event or news development directly and then recounting it to friends, who in turn relay it to their own circles, could become a more trusted form of information sharing. This grassroots approach mirrors the historical reliance on gossip as a means of communication, where information was passed along person to person, ensuring accountability and accuracy within a community. This potential resurgence of gossip raises interesting questions about the future of news consumption. While technological advancements and the rise of the internet have provided unprecedented access to information, the trustworthiness of that information has become increasingly questionable. Whether it leads to a renewed appreciation for established news organizations or a return to the interpersonal nature of gossip, the evolving landscape of news and information will require individuals to be critical thinkers, discerning between reliable sources and fabricated narratives. As we navigate this uncertain future, it becomes imperative for individuals to seek out multiple perspectives, fact-check claims, and engage in critical analysis. By actively participating in the process of news consumption, we can contribute to a more informed society and help shape the direction in which our information ecosystem evolves. The news is dead. Long live the news.